Hey guys, I hope you're all feeling fantastic today. So let's see what the message is for you. But actually, before I start, I do want to say that we are all collectively going on our own individual, wormholes, okay? We are all pushing through a birthing canal to a new form of existence that is catered directly to our soul, right? Our mission, our soul's mission, okay? And we are all pushing through this birthing process, okay? So I'm feeling called to remind you to be easy on yourself, okay? And to have patience as much as you possibly can, because this is an intense time, right? We are being pushed through a metaphorical birth canal right now, okay? That's not always easy. It's so I'm just hearing because as I was shuffling the cards, one just flew right out, and it was the Four of Swords, which has to do with being relaxed, okay? Relax, trust that you are not late to anything, or that anything in your life is late, okay? Everything is working out perfectly in divine timing, and Spirit wants you to relax. There's a butterfly. There's a butterfly right there. Transformation, okay? That just affirms that. Transformation. Be easy on yourself, okay? And there's also something about time here, where someone feels like they need to rush because they're out of time. You're also, as we're going through this birthing canal, we are letting go of the limitations that time has made us believe, if that makes sense. We're pushing through the limitations and the constraints of time, right? Because there is no linear time. We're leaving that behind, okay? So that we can be more free, right? Because if we feel like if we're too connected to linear time, there's a deadline, right? There's an ending. So we feel like we're running out of time. We're leaving that concept so that we can feel more free. So just breathe and know that you're right on time. You're not late, okay? Someone needed to hear that. You're not late. Nothing about your situation is late. Also, I'm hearing there are no mistakes. Nothing is wasted. There are no mistakes and nothing is wasted, okay? So it doesn't matter what you do. It was for a purpose, right? So even if even if you're feeling really confident and you're walking towards this, I'm just seeing a visual for an example. Even if you're feeling confident, you're feeling good, and you're walking into a grocery store and then you trip in front of a bunch of people, that's purposeful. That was purposeful. I know, really? Tripping in front of a bunch of people at the grocery store is purposeful? Yeah, it is. Everything is purposeful, okay? Nothing is wasted. There are no mistakes, okay? That's what Spirit wants you to know, so that you can have more fun with life, right? And so it's not so serious, so you're not so clenched up and relax. Nothing is wasted. There are no mistakes. You are in divine timing, okay? Everything works out for you. That's the message that I'm hearing to start out, okay? If you want to give the cards a little of your juju so that it's directed exactly towards a question or insight you want to know about your life in any aspect, go ahead and do that now. Give it a little, right? Give it a little, okay. All right, let's get into the message. Got our first card here. Ooh, Judgment. Yes. Okay, Judgment. God, that feels so good. The Judgment card feels so good. Let's just look at that picture for a second. Look how good that feels. Okay, so for somebody, okay, so this is about authenticity, okay? And authenticity, I just saw a dragonfly. That could be significant for somebody. It feels significant for me because I've been really digging the dragonflies lately. I don't even really know why, but I just have this like heart connection with dragonflies. I'm just like feeling like really connected to them lately. I even want a tattoo like on my shoulder of a dragonfly. But anyway, someone let me know what dragonflies symbolize, if you know, down in the comments. Okay. All right. But judgment. It feels so good to be you, right? Doesn't it? It feels so good to be exactly who you are. It's so freeing to be exactly who you are. It's kind of giving me that idea of like walking into the grocery store and then tripping in front of everybody, and it's like, so what, right? Just, it's funny, and it's like, really, universe, really? And it's just, you know, you can react to that in whatever way your mind is resonating at. So if your mind is resonating at like, I have to be perfect, I have to be this, I have to be that, so people will love me, or so people will perceive me a certain way, that's going to be really embarrassing, because you carry like shame because you care too much about what other people think, right? Or it could just be so funny and like, oh wow, universe, you know what I mean? A very lighthearted situation, and then you move on, right? It's all about your perception, and how you react to things, right? What I'm saying is, like, when you're your most authentic self, you feel it's more freeing, because you're not trying to be something that you're not to gain, you know, a certain perception from somebody else that you want to seem like upstanding and like perfect. Okay, so there's something here about, I'm feeling like someone is trying to be too perfect, okay? And Spirit's like, just let go. Don't try to be too perfect. Don't overthink things. Just be you, and see where that takes you, right? So I'm hearing two situations. Be yourself when it comes to others. Okay, yeah. Be yourself when it comes to others. So like, when you're wanting to start a new job or something like that, and you're like walking into a place, and just be you, right? Just be you. Don't worry about like what you have to do to impress other people, right? Don't worry about trying to impress people. Don't worry about trying to have control of what people think of you, okay? Just be you. And when you do that, you feel a lot freer, because you're not thinking about it. You're just being. And so when you're not thinking about how you need to be in front of other people, you have so much more space in your heart and your mind to actually think of things, to be more productive in your mind, right? Because it's not filled with things that don't really matter. Okay? The same goes with relationships. Is what I'm hearing is like, don't try to make yourself seem a certain way in relationships, like romantic or otherwise, because you'll have to keep up with this like facade, and that's exhausting. And then sometimes when you're someone that you're not around someone, say that you like romantically, you might slip up, and they might be like, who is this person? Like, who are you? Like, you were this person this time, and then you were this person this time. It's like, you don't want to, it's just like, just let go, just be yourself. And if somebody doesn't like you when you're yourself, then you know that person, you don't need that person in your life. You don't need to be around that person, okay? Even if you like really like someone, you don't want to pretend to be something that you're not, just to gain someone's like attention, right? Just be your authentic self, and it's going to attract the best people for you, okay? Okay, what else for judgment? Yeah, that's the message I'm getting here. It's like, it's gonna feel so free. It's gonna feel so good. You're gonna live life. You're gonna be more happier, is what I'm hearing. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be so much more happier in life, because, and you might not even put the two and two together of like, oh my God, I don't feel like this is a good day. Like, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like, you might get a sense of doom, right? Randomly, like you might feel good a couple of days, and then one day you just feel like the energy of doom, of hopelessness, that could be because you're pretending in some way, right? Sometimes if you pretend and you don't even realize it, like translate into like this hopelessness, just like low vibe energy randomly, right? So that's another thing. If you are not your authentic self, you might feel hopelessness or doom or just low vibe energies randomly. Okay, so that's another thing why it's just so much better to be your authentic self, because it makes you happier. It makes your soul happy, and it makes you dance and sing. Someone could be a dancer, someone could be a singer, or someone can play an instrument, someone could be in a band, or someone uses their voice. Like their voice is their power. Okay, your expression is your power. So I feel like someone like keeps their voice in or something, and that could make you sad. Like that could make you have just random bad days because your heart and your soul wants to express something, but you're suppressing it because you don't know how other people are going to react to your expressions. Okay, but Spirit's saying, like, if you're feeling like low vibe sometimes, and it doesn't always have to be that, it could be other factors as well. 11:11 on the clock. I know some of you've been seeing 11:11 on the clock a lot. I have always seen 11:11 on the clock, but I feel like lately it's been kind of a multitude of different kind of synchronized numbers, like it's like 12:12, 2:22, 5:55, like 7:77, 999, 909, 808, 1212, 1234, whatever. But lately it's been 11:11 a lot, and I'm like, oh, interesting. We're going back to like OG. Anyway, what was I saying? Authenticity. Yeah, so that's another reason why it's so good to be your most authentic self, is because it will make you happier in your day-to-day life. It will make you so much more happier because you're not holding on to, like, I just saw the 10 of Wands in my mind, which is holding on to something that you have no business holding on to. It just weighs you down. Let go of control. Let go of control, man. Okay, but like I said, yes, some of you are singers, play instruments. There's just a passion that's wanting to come out of you, and if you suppress it and don't let it out, you'll become depressed, right? You'll become depressed. I feel like there was a Jim Carrey thing where he talks about there's a difference between sadness and depression. Sadness is when something like causes you to react like in a sad way, like directly, but depression is like, it's random and it's caused by you not being your true self and your soul being like sad that you're not allowing it to play. Okay, someone needs to play. Someone needs to not take life so serious and allow yourself to have fun with life. Not take it so serious. See it as a game, take things a lot more lightly. But with boundaries, but yeah. All right, what else for the collective? What else? Is there anything else, Spirit? Oh, okay. Yeah, there is. But before those cards just flew out, I was feeling an energy of like satisfaction. Ease. Someone needs to breathe, okay? Just breathe. Just breathe. Just keep breathing. Just keep breathing. Just keep breathing. Breathing. Yeah, there's a Marlon and Dory energy here where someone is very serious and someone is very like do. But it's like Marlon is too serious and Dory is a little bit too like wild, but together they even each other out perfectly. So that could be someone's connection with another person. Like you might be super like serious and like logical. You can tell I'm not the logical one out of a dynamic, but yeah, there's like a serious one, someone who is really like, we got to do things by the book, everything is like it's all in the mind. Like, yeah, someone's very like mind, and then someone's very like heart. So it's like someone's very like structured and like organized and like this and this and this, and then someone's more like wild and chaotic. But they both have strengths, right? And if you work them together, 144 on the clock, you're a chosen one, darling. You're a chosen one. But yeah, it's like these two energies of like someone's like super in their mind and someone's super in their heart, but one can be a little bit too much, and the dynamic like helps each other out, right? And this is a representative, this is like a twin flame situation, but we are all the twin flame, like the divine masculine and the divine feminine as like two like couples. That's representative of the energy that we experience on the inside, right? We're all a makeup of polarity, you know, of like the dynamic of masculine and feminine. And so when you have like a couple that represents, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine, it's a representation of an energy within the self. Okay, so that's something. Okay, let's see what these cards are. All right, we have Justice. Okay, and the Page of Pentacles. Justice and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so Justice is pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Yeah, see, we have like this dynamic of like feminine and masculine, right? Light and dark. Polarity. And the balance of those is like, I mean, it has something to do with like the law of the universe, of this universe at least, where we experience polarity, because there are many other dimensions and realities in existence where, I mean, I guess there is polarity in anything that is separate from the void, I suppose. So yeah, I guess it's the law of the universe of separation. Okay. All right. Page of Pentacles. Let's see what this means. Okay, so once you become more in alignment to that truth, to like the secrets of the universe, it makes you remember that we are all one, meaning that there is no linear time, meaning if there's only us, it's coming back to us creating our own reality. And once we really take our power back and realize that we are the universe experiencing, like, once we kind of get into the alignment with the truth that we are the universe experiencing like separation, polarity, instead of being, you know, we are human experiencing the universe, right? Then we realize that's the key, is that it's our mind that's creating reality, right? It's our mind, it's our thoughts, beliefs, perceptions that are creating our external, right? The internal creates the external, okay? And once we realize that, then that's when we really start like having fun, okay? Having fun with life and realizing how not serious it is. You know, it's as serious as we make it. Anything is as whatever as we make it out to be, because we're the one who's creating everything, okay? That it could be a little bit complicated, because it's like, okay, I'm experiencing seeing yeah. So I thought of an instance where someone that I care about at one point was at work, and during the time of work, there were these kids outside like screwing around, and I don't remember exactly what they were doing, but they were like screwing around, like driving around and hanging off like the side of the door or something like that. And the kid fell off and got ran over, and I think he passed away, I'm pretty sure. And this person had to experience that on a just random day at work, you know, and it was devastating. That's devastating, you know. You don't go to work thinking that you're gonna have to, you know, watch a kid slowly die, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, so everything that happens externally is because of what happens internally. So how was that experience, how did I create that experience for myself? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a little bit complicated, but we're not going to get into that right now. But you know, it still is what it is. Okay, and we're all creating this world together, okay, because we are all connected, right? The external life that we see is like the combination of all of our thoughts and perceptions together, right? Anything that we experience very close by us has to do with our thoughts and beliefs, okay? But we are all born kind of taught to have a certain belief, which is why all of our beliefs are kind of stuck together in a certain way. But it's up to us to exit certain perceptions so that we can experience our own personalized reality, where there is this amount of pain and suffering, or you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. But like I said, it could be complicated, but we are getting to the point where we are aligning with a true understanding of what that means. Okay. All right. That's all I have. That's all I have for today. I know at the end there it got a little bit dark, but I have to bring it up because I mean, I used to have those questions myself. You know, it's like, okay, we're creating our own reality, so why did I have to watch this person die? Like, I created that. I created the experience where I have to watch someone die. Well, you know, it depends on how you see it, you know? And so I had those questions too, and I was like, I used to think everything happens for a reason, and then I would go to that kind of space to like, everything happens for a reason, so this child had to die a horrible death for a purpose? No. You know what I'm saying? But I've come to the point where I still understand that what I'm saying is the truth, even though those kinds of things are hard to break down and to understand. But yeah, sorry, I feel like I made it worse there at the end. I got even darker. But you know what I'm saying? We're pushing through, we're learning, okay? And we'll get to that point where we'll really understand. Like, we are going through the birthing canal to that understanding. 22:22 on the clock, all right? It's about duality, right? It's about polarity. We're understanding polarity, okay? All right, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to this channel, and let me know now in the comments. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this reading, and if it resonated with you. Yas queen. I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, love you. Bye.